This is your weekly reminder, fellas, that fucking athletics announcer is the worst fucking announcer in this entire goddamn league. Okay? If you haven't seen the Denzel Clark, I was just talking to Connor, no idea who this guy was 10 minutes ago. What a fucking catch by the kid. Okay? What a terrible fucking call by the lady in the booth. She said, like, ball's going back, deep center field, and it's caught. Like, don't get me wrong, her inflection goes way up, and it's caught. Never once does she mention that it was over the fence. Never once did she say it was robbed. If it wasn't for the other dude, if you're just listening to that game, you just think it's another catch. Like, no, like, ugh. And then she just talks about, best catch. He was won 2 best catches or electric plays of the week, and he's going to get a third one. It's like, bitch, I didn't even know that was an electric play, if I wasn't watching it. So, I mean, obviously the Athletics, I mean, they're not doing, they're doing better than they've been, but they're still not a good team. But a lot of youth, but they got problems, and she's one of them. So she's just got to pick up her ability. Anyway, fellas, we're back. It is Monday. It's time for the recap. Music I am listening to is a little too loud. It's a little distracting. It's a recap. We got the fucking Mormons on campus. They're here. They're doing their thing. So it's interesting week for me. I just noticed something that has huge implication to the game. Oh boy. Griff and Wallach, game of the week versus John Cornobus. Mood just shifted because I kind of have a lot of work to do now. And I'm doing it. Fuck it, we're doing it live. Griffin Wallach gets the W here. It was the game of the week. 377 to 372. But what did Will Golder just notice? Right here watching the game. Game started 15 out of 14. That's right. Griffin had an extra starter. And as we remember from last year, we don't do that. That's not what we do. Last year, Edward did that. Had too many starters. We voted as a league, and it was the conclusion that, nay, we don't. But now I gotta fucking figure out, like, yeah, I can go. Okay, here's the Sunday. Who did Griff have pitching on Sunday? He had a couple. He had Baltimore's game, Rockies, and Cincinnati. Oof. 2 of these games have implication. I'm doing it fucking live, guys. It's gonna increase the length of this video, but that's what we have to do. This has happened last year. So let's see. Sunday, June 8th, MLB games. So, let's see. Does it say... Okay, it doesn't say start times. But let's see. Griff had Baltimore and Atlanta. Not Atlanta. Athletics. That time... Does this not give me... Oh, guys, I gotta go to ESPN. Alright, I apologize. I'll put a little disclaimer. But if you want to see this shit happen live, this is what we're doing. Alright, so Sunday. Here we go. How does this work? I gotta find the start time of the games. That's what I did last year, and we're sticking to it. How did we do that? It's been a while. Okay, game time. No, that's 3:09. Okay, that was a 1:10 game for the Mets. I should have known that. I was there. Then, Baltimore Athletics was a 2:05 game. Okay, 2:05. So the Mets game is in. Oh, well, potentially in. Let's see. And the last game Griff had a starter was Arizona and Cincinnati. Where's that game? Here it is. And this game started at 11:40 a.m., which means that Griff's Baltimore Orioles and Athletics game will be taken off, which means Tomoyuki Sugano, the starter for Baltimore, will be taken out. Unfortunately for John, that is the one pitcher that did not have any implication to this game. In fact, he was a negative scorer, which means that John loses by 2 more points. That takes this matchup. You just saw it happen live. That takes this matchup to 379 to 372. John loses by 7 points instead of 5 because of, what's his face? I got to look at his face. Tomoyuki Sugano. You see it, guys. We follow those rules. We established it last year. You go over in starters. And now, dude, I haven't really been looking at it. I don't think we ran into the problem this year. But yeah, we just ran into that issue. To my knowledge, it's the first time this season. Hand up. That's on me. That's on me as the commish. But hey, we fixed it. And this time, I know it was a big thing last year because Edward started more than 14 starters, and it did have implications on the outcome of his matchup. I believe it ended his undefeated season, and I'm pretty sure it was against me. I had the league vote. That was the league's vote. Edward, I hope you know, as commish, staying consistent. Feel free. Look back. If anybody else did it, I will gladly go back and replace and fix any weeks. But to my knowledge, it's the first. I feel like I typically, I at least peek at it. That's how I noticed it, is I usually look at it because we've had that issue. But I'm not infallible. There's probably times it could happen. I don't know. So John gets the loss. John went to bed thinking he won. Somebody hit a home run. I forget who it was. He sent the text this morning. And John loses. Honestly, if that home run never happened, I think that would have been even more interesting, and John would have once again called me corrupt. But it does not affect it. Just John loses by a little bit more. So, call me what you want, Johnny. You still lost. You had a shot. 2 of the 3 games. Because I believe Tyler McGill had 8 points, and I think it was Zach Gallen was Griff's other guy, had 11. If either of those two was the final pitcher to start a game, Griff would have lost those points and you would have won. But it just happened to be, and I go ahead, look at the fucking game start times. Be my guest. That was the pitcher that should not have counted. So, it is what it is. Moving forward, okay, good matchup of some competitive teams, high-scoring teams. 411 to 360. Cameron gets the W, remains in first place, absolutely cooking, 10-1. Alec falls to 5-6. But again, Alec he's been good. He's been getting some unlucky matchups for sure. But Alec, who historically has not been great at fantasy, is really putting up a fight, really putting up a lot of good numbers. He's in 4th place right now, but for Alec, I'll look at the score, the standings right now. Oh boy, it's a long video already. We're going to start cooking through this. But yeah, Alec is 4th in scoring. You know, he's doing a good job, and Cameron's 5th. So we'll see if that, the trend continues. But being in overall, Alec is in 5th place. Even though he's in 4th in his division. So interesting stuff for sure. Let's start cooking through these just a little bit. Why is my phone? John is lucky, aka Justin Brochart, gets his 2nd win. Has a bit of a good week here. Takes down Jake, who Connor wrongly accused of being the low scorer. 337 for Brochart to 274. Not even close to the lowest scorer, and Connor himself would have been lower than Jake. So Connor talking shit where he really doesn't have a place. Not going through day by day because we're already at 11:22. I'll put like a description in the thing of like where to skip through all the Griff stuff. Moving on. Eddie gets the W against Connor, again, who's the 2nd lowest scorer, talking shit about Jake in the group chat when he himself scored less than Jake. So, eat a dick, fat boy. Figure it out. Eddie gets the win, 339, moves to 5-6, still in 3rd place, tied with Griff in terms of record. Griff is a higher scorer, which is breaking that up. And then we're ending on my victory over Chumba. The hot dog connoisseurs over Brendan Reed, killed a man. Crazy that he would make that his name now that he's lost. I guess he's just trying to admit something as a loser. Admit that finally, it's been him this whole time. It's actually been Chumba. He's been the one doing it, trying to frame me. That's why he pushes the narrative so hard. So Chumba gets the loss here, moves down to 4-7, and I move to 9-2. Game of the week this week, easy choice, fellas. Easy choice. We got me. We got Cameron. The 2 number 1 teams. I did look ahead. This is the one and only matchup between Cameron and I in the regular season. Obviously, postseason, anything can happen. We could not face each other. As the 2 first place teams, I'm 9-2, Cameron's 10-1. This is the only time him and I do match up. So this could be a potential finals preview. It could also be the only time that we face each other. Nobody knows. Obviously, playoffs is a totally different beast. So things could absolutely change. But as of right now, that is the game of the week. That's the recap. Week 12 in the books. Chumba, go fuck yourself. Connor, eat a dick, fat boy. That's the recap. Till next time.